summer on the island of Solo. Whenever Thomas the Tank Engine isn't working on his branch line, he can be seen shunting trucks or taking passengers to the seaside. In the summer holidays, Thomas takes them nearly every day. One morning, the Fat Controller came to see Thomas.
I have an important special for you. I need you to take some steel pipes to the wharf. Toby will take your passengers in the meantime.
Thomas was delighted. There were lots of sights to see on the way to the wharf. First, Thomas passes the Scottish castle. Next, he went to Shin Valley. And finally, he looked at the wonderful view from the top of Orange Hill. But when Thomas arrived at the wharf, he saw Skarloey. Skarloey looked very disappointed.
It's not fair. I said no one to take me to the repair yards on the day my axles failed.
Maybe I could take you. Please, sir, can I take Skarloey to the repair yards?
Skarloey is very heavy.
I'm sure I can pull him. I finished all my other jobs. Besides, what would the Skarloey Railway do without their primary T engine?
Good point. But you must go straight there.
Yes, sir.
Now remember, the coupling on that flatbed is due for maintenance. So take care and no dilly-dallying.
So Skarloey was loaded on the flatbed. Skarloey was worried.
The last time I went to the repair yard was back in 1955 when my springs broke.
Don't worry, I'll show you some wonderful sights. Sights that I'm sure the Skarloey Railway doesn't have. This will be your big day out.
And Thomas puffed away, pulling the Old Faithful carefully behind. So Thomas didn't take Skarloey straight to the repair yards. He took the tracks that goes through the farms and forests. Until they arrived at the Scottish castle.
Here we are, Skarloey. Isn't this wonderful? I'm sure you've never seen this castle before.
It's pretty nice. But there's a castle at Glenlock I see whenever I take my morning passenger train.
Then I'll show you Shen Valley. It would be a beautiful sight.
So Thomas brought Skarloey to Shin Valley. It was a breathtaking sight. It had flowery fields and green grass.
There! Isn't it beautiful?
It is indeed, but Skarloey Station has an even more beautiful waterfall close by.
Oh, darn it. Where else could I take you to see? I know. I'll show you from the view of the top of Gordon's Hill. It would be an amazing sight.
So Thomas went up Gordon's Hill. Skarloey was very heavy. The old flatbed coupling creaked and groaned. But still, Thomas huffed and chuffed as hard as he could. Then there was trouble. Just as he got on to the top of the hill, the coupling came loose and Skarloey rolled backwards.
Ooh!
But it was too late. Skarloey's flatbed bit into the sidings and came off the track.
What a bump!
Oh no. The thing controller told me to go straight to the repairs yard, but I wanted to give you a big day out. Now look what's happened.
Never mind, Thomas. You did the best you could, but now I'll need even more repairs.
So Thomas's driver coupled them up again to the flatbed. Thomas pulled Skarloey and the flatbed carefully back onto the tracks, and they set off to the repairer's yard. Thomas didn't try to show Skarloey any more sights. He puffed as fast as he could to his job.
The fastest way to the repair yard is the track by the seaside.
But Thomas has to stop at a red signal. Suddenly, Skarloey saw the seaside and gasped.
Oh, will you look at that? There's sandcastles and children eating ice cream and... is that a donkey ride? It's marvelous!
Skarloey was so excited it made his axles tingle. Thomas was surprised, but delighted.
I go across this line whenever I'm not on my branch line or shunting in the yard. It's a lovely sight, isn't it?
Oh, indeed. Our railway isn't exactly close to the beach, but I'm glad you brought me this way, Thomas.
When the signal dropped, Thomas took Skarloey to the repair's yard. As he arrived, he saw Rocky standing by.
Rocky, put Skarloey off this flatbed to fix him. I'll be back in an hour.
Thank you, Thomas.
When he was repaired, Thomas took Skarloey to look at the beach once again. Skarloey smiled his biggest smile.
This is the best big day out ever. Thank you for taking me towards the beach.
Thomas was delighted. He was giving Skarloey the old faithful engine a big day out.